Transformers 1.
The Wild Robot.
Two of the biggest animated movies of the year.
But which one's truly the king, huh? And no Inside Out. No Inside Out
No
2.
Inside Out.
It may have made the most money, but it's definitely not the best.
Nope.
Which one out of Transformers 1 and The Wild Robot is truly titled the king of animation this year? Let's find out, right guys?
Let's find out.
Alright, which story are we discussing on first? Which movie should we discuss on first?
Transformers 1.
Transformers
Yes.
1, okay. Honestly, what I love about the story is Orion Pax's, passion to actually want to see new things, And Megatron basically being, D-17. I love how Megatron basically, was, supporting him the whole way through. And then they run into Bumblebee, or, Badassatron. Story-wise, I think the passion for Orion Pax was definitely there. It was definitely there. I loved it. My favorite part of this whole movie was the build-up to Megatron.
The part when he says,
I'm done. That biggest betrayal of this year, in my opinion. The biggest betrayal for sure. Alright, and now let's move on to the Wild Robots story, which is a lot different, obviously. It does involve a robot, but it's just one. Technically just one robot that we're talking about, which is Ross. Ross falls onto an island, accidentally, probably, escaped through the plane. Yeah, probably escaped through, how the plane cargoes go. The door's probably open, and I think that's what happened to her.
yeah.
And then she has to basically survive making friends on a new island.
It is very...
It sounds simple, right? But the way they execute the story,
Chris Sanders has truly shown that he can be a master storyteller.
absolutely yes. Hunter, I want to hear let's hear your opinions right now.
What?
On Wild Robot story-wise.
Fantastic.
Fantastic. What's your reasons for it?
Just the build up.
Absolutely, yes. I think just build-ups not between just Ross and mostly with Ross's son, and then of course with our beautiful little fox friend,
Yeah.
So just some basic characters that really work with this movie for sure.
And famous celebrities too.
Yes, absolutely. Not just celebrities, but just characters all over the board.
I definitely agree. The characters really do shine on the movie, and I think they really help the rest of the simplified story that it is, and make it feel more emotional.
Absolutely, yes. I think there was just more, passion towards Transformers 1, but there was more emotion to the Wild Robot.
Yeah.
Two different stories in two different elements.
I prefer emotion stories.
Absolutely. Honestly, I'm all vote for story-wise. I'm all vote for the Wild Robot.
Yeah, for
Wild Robot.
All right, Wild Robot won. It's taken the lead so far, but now we head to something interesting, which is animation and quality.
Animation.
Let's start Transformers 1. I mean, you can't deny it. It looks beautiful, okay?
It looks spectacular. This is
Yes.
probably the best looking Transformers movie, or any Transformers property, I have ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, for sure. And especially when Optimus Prime landed down for the first time. Oh, clean.
Just felt the energy in that scene.
Absolute Hunter. Any negatives of the animation or anything like that?
I don't think so.
I think overall though, animation, the quality, it was smooth, man. I love it. Everything was bright and colorful, even though most of the area down in
It's dark.
yeah, no, it's just very bland, obviously, but you can't deny everything's super smooth.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all nice, clean, and like a shiny chrome.
Absolutely, yes. A lot of this is because of the robots and all that. But overall, this is a 10 out of 10 quality for sure. And you kind of have to have that for this generation.
Of course, you have to have negatives with the
But now let's move aside to the Wild Robot,
Ah, yes.
which is far different in animation and quality.
It's in the Puss in Boots 2 style animation,
Yes.
which looks breathtaking, I must admit.
I think it looks even better than Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think they made tweaks to it to make it look better,
Yeah.
personally.
Because the characters don't have to use so much animation to whoosh around all the time so fast. They can just take calm moments for you to notice the beautifulness of how those animations feel. Like looking at a painting. It's not moving, but it looks so beautiful.
Buddy, literally, I was gonna say it's like looking at a comic that's a painting. It's like a mix of a comic and a painting to me. That's what the Wild Robot looks like to me.
Which one is more satisfying?
I
The beautiful
think-
styles of a painting, or the beautiful shininess, chrominess of the Transformers.
I think honestly, I can't really choose. I think they both look really good.
But I really like the realistic animation of Wild Robot.
I do, but when you really think, they're both kind of neck and neck for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely have to say so too.
I think when it comes to different views and and all that, of course, the Wild Robot.
Yeah, the Wild Robot.
But when it goes to colors, it goes to Transformers 1.
Not
so-
all movies need color.
No, exactly, but Transformers 1 nailed it.
Yeah.
They both nailed it on both regards.
So what did we just say? It's half and half between the two.
I think
of
it's a
them?
tie for sure. So, Wild Robot 2, Transformers 1, and out of 1 right now, right?
Yep.
They're both tied.
Now, it's time to decide on characters.
Oh
Characters.
yeah.
And of course, let's start with Transformers 1.
Now, character-wise,
Let's start with Orion Pax, aka Optimus Prime.
I thought Orion Pax was perfectly cast in this
Yes.
movie, honestly.
So was Megatron.
Yeah, I think that both two actors to voice these guys definitely did well. They're not the original voices, but they take what those voices were and actually add to them.
Yeah, when I first looked at this movie and the cast choice, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. But when you watch it, it makes sense. It's a younger Optimus Prime and a younger Megatron, you know? I think there was a good amount of humor, for
I
sure.
can't say this is
I like it when Pax was just runs away at the opening scene.
Oh yeah? Well, watch this.
If I would have to say the only character that I didn't really like was remember the Spider Lady next to Sentinel Prime?
Arachnid?
I didn't really enjoy her that much. Is
Well-
that just me? She's not bad, but she's the only character I would really nitpick.
I think she's the only character that doesn't really have much to do in the movie, aside from
Just standing there and look menacing.
and staying there going, ah!
She's literally just the robot version of the Iris Sauron.
I guess so.
If you think about it, yeah. When it comes to, of course, character build-up, this movie just takes it to another level.
It just takes it to a whole new other level. The scene where Megatron,
Betrays Optimus Prime.
yeah, and the way where one rises as a hero and one falls as a villain.
Yeah, exactly. That's how most stories go, but man, they executed so well. And even though the box office didn't do so well, I can already expect a second movie for sure.
I'm hoping as well.
Yeah, we're gonna get that Transformers 2 for sure. Overall, characters were really good, especially Bumblebee was super good as well. I think the entire crew did a fantastic job for sure.
Overall, I think the cast was just good.
Yeah.
I'd say this movie, for people who say out there that this movie is miscast, you're wrong.
That makes but it is what
Great
it is.
cast.
Now we're moving on to the Wild Robot.
Oh
Which
boy.
the characters are far different again, which is one robot and a bunch of animals. Character development. Ross going from a character that's just like a robot programmed to do what it wants to do, right?
Yes. And usually in stories like these where a robot learns to love something.
Then it doesn't actually feel love. But knowing that a robot doesn't feel anything, for her to actually say it and she actually feels something inside of her is a different feeling. Just like the scene when the duckling just rested on her shoulder and she remembered it. Ross remembered that moment. It's such a legendary moment. for sure.
Definitely one of the most iconic scenes in Dreamer's history.
Yeah, it's up there with the toothless and hiccup moment for sure.
I love the characters.
Yeah, I did too. They're not as action-worthy in this movie like Transformers 1.
It doesn't have
But it doesn't have to be. This movie's different, you know? I think one of those things I would love to have seen, I wish we had more screen time with the villain. I think she was cut short way too quick, but she was used sparingly, and I liked that.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed that, for sure.
I definitely could use a little more screen time. I don't know. I think that maybe is Chris Centers on the Achilles heel. He's not so well with the villain. He was good, I guess, with the antagonist, but I don't know.
Yeah, but it works though. My favorite character of all time in this movie is the Beaver. I don't care what you guys think.
My favorite too.
The Beaver is my favorite character. Second is Ross, though. With the Wild Robot, there's more emotion in that movie, and when it comes to Transformers 1, there's more,
Action.
pride and something like desire to want to actually achieve something. There's more to that, you know. But overall, which one's the best? I really don't know, to be honest with you. I enjoyed both these movies for the characters equally.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think I had less nitpicks with the Wild Robot characters for sure.
Yeah.
So I think just for the non-nitpicks with the Wild Robot, I think the Wild Robot takes this for sure.
Yeah, for Wild Robot.
I definitely would have it any other way as well.
Exactly. So I think for the characters, I think the Wild Robot should win this.
Yes.
Yep.
And there we go, guys. Listen, we love Transformers 1, okay? Definitely one of the greatest animated movies of this year, and maybe of all time, and one of the greatest Transformers movies ever. But Wild Robot just reigns supreme. Sometimes it's not even close to really compare these two. But it's a close second for Transformers 1.
But that doesn't mean you should stop there here, Paramount. We certainly do want a sequel.
Yeah, we want a sequel, but when it comes to DreamWorks, I think they just know what they're doing for sure. The winner today, the Wild Robot. There you go, DreamWorks. You take the W. Hope you did enjoy this video, guys. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Next video, guys, will be Piece by Piece versus Venom: The Last Dance. Which of those is a better film of 2024 in October?
Yeah.
You'll have to wait and find out. We'll see you next time.
Peace!